Right now here just outside of Grayson, this is what Rudyfest used to be, just outside of Grayson, Kentucky. Right now it is turned into a large-scale water rescue. From what I'm understanding from sheriff's deputies up on the hill at the top on the roadway here where they have a lot of things blocked off in the staging area, they have some people that are still out in the water right now. They've put some boats in to try and go rescue them, but from what they tell me, the water came up. They began to start rescuing people or evacuating Rudyfest rather, and the water just came up way too fast. They pushed a lot of the cars up on the hill on the far side of all of this emergency equipment here, and they've had a very large truck. It is one of the Grayson Road Department trucks with the large water container on the back up there. They've had it, since it's so high up, run down into the high waters and come across to ferry people back to dry or relatively dry land on this end. Then they have four-wheelers like this one right here that they are using to ferry people back up to the top of the roadway. But on the far end, out in the water out there, there's apparently somebody that is stuck in a truck out there. They're trying to get some ropes and some boats to get out there and bring those people in safely. Right now, they're not sure where people are at this moment. They didn't even have a total count of the amount of people that were here at Rudyfest. And for the people that don't know about it, there were a lot of campers, a lot of cars here. It was a large festival that they were having in this area, and it all turned bad today around 6 o'clock when the water started to rise just way too fast to get people out of this bottleneck. And actually, it's really kind of inspiring. There are a lot of volunteers in parkas and ponchos running in and trying to do whatever they can to make sure people are taken out of the high waters. This is still a very developing situation. We're going to have a lot more information for you here in about 20 minutes over on Eyewitness News at 11. But for right now, reporting live in Grayson, Kentucky, Sean Delancey, Eyewitness News. Yeah, Rick, what was supposed to be a joyous event here at Rudyfest just outside of Grayson has turned into a terrifying water rescue just over my shoulder here. The Grayson Fire Department has a boat in the water right about where that flashing light is. They are anchored to a Grayson Road Department truck, very, very large truck in what is 2, 3, maybe even 4 feet of water. And they are going to go several feet to this red truck here at the edge of the clearing that is half submerged in water. Now, there is a man inside of that truck. He's been calling for help for just about the last 15 minutes or so since we have been here. The Grayson Fire Department has launched the boat just about 15 minutes ago as well, and they're trying their best to get to the man, but they're having to fight the current. They've gone in and back out twice in an attempt to get to him, but the current is just pushing them away from his truck. His truck has rocked a little bit, but it seems to be pretty stationary, and everyone is just hoping right now that that truck does not float away. Now, what happened here is that in the field, the water rose way too quickly. They began to evacuate Rudyfest, but it just was not fast enough. And then back on this end, you can see all of the campers that were pushed up to the edge of the clearing. They all got up onto relatively dry land, and then they were beginning to head over towards I-64, the interstate, where they were being rescued and brought over to this side. There is a fence over here that they just cut through that was allowing people almost like refugees to get to the dry land here in this staging area. Grayson Fire Department, the Carter County Sheriff's Department, and multiple volunteers from all over the community have come down here to try and rescue people, and there's been a steady flow of people piling out of their trailers. We talked to one woman who said she could not swim. Her camper was swaying and rocking. She nearly got knocked into the water until somebody in a very large truck picked her up and brought her to the bank. That truck got pinned by another car, swept away by the water. They had to trek a little bit to get here. She was just happy that she is alive, and she says that no property is important in something like this. She just hopes everyone walks out alive. We're going to be bringing you another update here in just a couple of minutes when they get this guy out of this truck. But for right now, live in Grayson, Kentucky, Sean Delancey, Eyewitness News. Rick, absolutely terrific news from Rudyfest here. The man who was stuck in that red truck on the edge of the clearing has been rescued and is currently getting up to the edge of the waterway here. They took a long time to get to the truck, actually latched him onto a rope and threw him into the boat. Kind of a harrowing moment when the firefighter jumped into the water and then scrambled up onto the boat himself, but they have since rolled him up to this large truck. It's a city road department, Grayson Road department truck large enough to take the currents, but they have him on dry land here. He is now safe and alive, and now it goes to the arduous process of trying to make sure that everybody else got away before these waters rose too quickly. I know a lot of people are stranded here right now from where their campers, cars, whatever it may be, were all flooded away when this happened. Now, if you are one of those people that need a place to go, you can go to First Church of Christ in Grayson. From what I understand, they are going to be busing people from this location. I'm just going to have my photographer pan around this way. A lot of people stranded here on the on dry land at this moment. So they're going to be busing people into Grayson to the First Church of Christ, where they are going to be able to shelter them throughout the night. We're going to continue following this for as long as it takes to make sure that everybody is safe. But for right now, reporting live in Grayson, Kentucky, Sean Delancey, Eyewitness News.